Hello. I'm simply going to be conducting a routine physical exam. My translator is over there, so she's going to be telling you exactly what I'm saying. Thank you. So that way, we can keep up the communication so that way I can take care of you. I do know that there aren't any doctors on your planet. Thank you. So your entire planet has to be examined for any sort of diseases that might be afflicting it, or that might be able to carry over to another planet. Thank you. Okay. So first, let me just put on my gloves. And before we begin, I'm going to be asking you a couple of preliminary questions. The first question is going to be, has there been any sort of disease that runs through your family, for instance, any sort of skin condition or physical ailment that has, kind of been passed on? Simply. Okay. In that case, this should be a very routine sort of checkup, nothing too major, nothing too in-depth. Thank you. So, the first thing I'm going to do is simply check for your ocular health. So just follow along for what I'm doing. For the first test, I'm going to be asking you to simply follow my fingers, and just look at it and then follow it around. It's very, 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 very common, very, 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 very common test on my planet, like incredibly common, but it's effective. So, right. So just follow my finger. Follow my finger, don't move your head. And here we go. Excellent. Your eye is doing quite well. Now, I think I'm going to measure your eye towards the end. I'm going to make a bunch of measurements towards the end, simply because I don't have my ruler on me at the moment. So let's just keep moving, and then I'll end up taking your measurements afterwards, just to compare what the average size for a Supufra is in this planet. Thank you. Okay, so for the next one, I'm simply going to be taking a basic test. I'm simply going to be asking you to keep your head still and keep looking at me, whether it be my nose or wherever on my face, and I'm going to be flashing a light in your eye. So thank you. Okay, so I'm going to be flashing it all around your eye like such, just to see if there's any sort of if your entire eye is capable of vision, or if it's more of a kind of protective shield, for lack of a better word, over what your real ocular organs are. So keep still. I'm simply going to be moving it around your eye just to see if there's anything inside of it that can follow the light as we go. Brace yourself. It might get bright. Alright. I think you're... Here, let me just double check. I think your entire eye has the capability for vision. That it's not just a shield. However, I think it might be a shield though. Something that protects your eyes, your actual eye beneath it, but I think your entire, the eye is really that big that the shield is protecting the entire eye that is covered. Let me simply get a pen to test the theory. If it ends up hurting you, then I know that it's not just a shield, but if it doesn't, then it's a shield. Let me simply make it a little more. Tell me if you feel it. Simply. You can't feel it? Okay. Good, because I'm going to keep doing this. Okay. Well, I guess your eye health is perfectly well because you can see me, right? You're able to view me without any blurriness, any darkness, any impairment to your visual field, correct? Simply. Okay, excellent. In that case, would you mind opening your mouth for me, please? I know that it extends all the way back here. I'm going to be checking all around inside your mouth. I'm going to be checking the health of each one of your teeth, and I'm also going to be counting them so that way I can know how many teeth exactly an average subwoofer has. So, would you mind opening your mouth, please? Bigger? Bigger? Even wider, as wide as you can go. Okay, that's quite wide, but thank you, excellent. Now I'm gonna be checking your mouth, so it seems that there's two throats going in. I wonder where they lead to. However, I don't want to find out, so unless it's in a safe manner, let me simply... One of them seems blocked, so I'll be sure to remove whatever's there, because it doesn't seem like it belongs there. Which is a good thing that you have two throats, otherwise you'd be dead because you choke to death. Let me simply go to the side just to check your gum health and your dental health and everything. And then I want to check out the other throat. So let me just see. Okay. Let me see what I have in my bag of stuff. If I can find something that can further help you remove whatever's down there. Okay. So I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to simply open your mouth for me a little wider again, please. As wide as you had it before. Thank you. And I'm going to simply try and remove the obstruction from your throat. Now swallow. Excellent, thank you. And open your mouth again, please. Thank you. Tilt your head a little upwards, please. Thank you. I think you're all set when it comes to the obstruction. You swallowed it well, so there's nothing to worry about there. Now, the next thing I'm going to be checking is your ears. Now, I know that human ears are a little more sensitive because there's nerves in them, but yours is just a hole. So I don't know if that amplifies the sound or if it makes it less audible. Not to mention, I don't know. I wonder what happens. Okay, so I'm going to be making sounds like this around your ears, and you simply tell me what it sounds like, how loud it seems to you, and if you can hear them, really. Okay. Simply. Thank you. Now, to start off, I'm going to be going at your left ear. Could you hear that?
Simply.
Okay. And what did it sound like?
Simply.
Okay. Now for this ear. Could you hear that?
Simply.
Okay. And what did it sound like?
Simply.
Okay, so you can hear quite well. Okay. Now the last thing I'm going to be doing is taking your, what's it called on this planet? I forgot. We've been traveling to a lot of planets, conducting physical exams, so I do apologize, but, I'm going to be taking your, what's the name of the organ? Oh, that's the name? Oh, cool. I got the dialect right. Okay, so, give me your tentacle. Thank you. Now I'm simply going to be pressing down on one of the things and counting how many times it beats. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, And I think I also want to check your breathing. So give me one moment just to see how you're doing with the obstruction now out of the way. Okay. Okay. Now let me see if I can find your I know that subwoofers have many lungs that only one works at a time within them. They have 26 lungs, I believe, and only one ever works at a time. So I'm trying to see if I can find the one that is working. Okay, here we go. Now, take a breath in for me, please. Okay. And now, take a breath out. Okay. Once more. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. Okay. And once more, take a breath in. And then take a breath out. Okay. And then the last time, take a breath in. Take a breath out. Okay. Alrighty then. You are all set. You are perfectly healthy. It's a good thing that you have two throats. Otherwise, you wouldn't be perfectly healthy, but because you do have more than one throat, you were healthy. Let me simply bag that up. And then I'm going to return with my... Actually, I shouldn't take off my gloves. I'm going to be returning with my ruler so that I can measure your cranial area. So, give me one moment. Okay. Now, stay still. Okay. I'm going to simply be measuring you out now. So 14 inches, and the side of your cranial area. Okay. That was 14 inches once again. And now diagonally. $14, and then once more diagonally. 14 inches. Okay, so 14 inches all around, so your face is perfectly squared. Now for your eye, I simply want to take seven inches in length and 5 inches in width. Okay. Now if you wouldn't mind, open up your mouth again as wide as you could last time. Okay. Thank you. Simply going to be measuring it from corner to corner. So when your mouth is fully extended, you can open it up 7 inches more than, or rather 6, 7, 6, 3, 9 inches, my apologies, 9 inches more than your face actually is. So your face goes from being 14 inches in width to 23 inches in width when your mouth is open. Now close your mouth for me, please. Thank you. Simply wanted to measure how big it is closed. It is 7 inches in width closed. Okay, so it can expand 16 inches when open. Alright. Now, I never got the chance to count your teeth, so please open your mouth again. Thank you. And I'm simply going to be counting the teeth. So, to start, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Okay, so 44 teeth in the first bottom layer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28 in the second layer. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 in the third layer, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 in the last layer. Now, lift up your chin for me, please. Thank you. And I'm going to be counting your top teeth now. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. Second layer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Third layer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And last layer, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you. You are all set. Now, are there any questions that you have for me? Simply. Okay. In that case, hopefully you don't get sick from now until the next time I come visit, which is going to be in a while, and you end up living a long and healthy life.